Enable notifications by ringing the bell.
Spoilers!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Masumune here. It's been a while, hasn't it? I mean, I have already made 2 videos about my thoughts on Digimon Adventure Tribe, but here's the thing. For the first video, at that point, I had not watched Try, nor had I actually watched the original show in like 9 years at that point, so I had no idea what I was talking about. I didn't even give my thoughts on the show, I just said that I thought that Viz Media should dub it or something. For the second video, I did actually watch some of the first movie, but I had not yet watched the show, and I actually said that within the video. And I did give some of my thoughts on the show, but it was only the animation. So yeah, basically I was woefully unprepared, when I was making both of those. But I have since, as you can see, I have since watched the first 4 Try films. And I have also spent a summer binging the entirety of the first season, and I'm still in the process of binging the second season. So I am way more prepared for this, and I have a better understanding of what exactly I'm critiquing. So I guess let's start with the first thing, the animation. I said in my part 2 video that the animation actually reflected their age, and yes, I still believe that. Like, in season 2, the characters are supposed to be like 3 years older, but other than like Joe or Mimi, they all basically look the same. Their voices are the same. They're all basically the same height, same hair. There's no real indication that they actually aged. Whereas in Digimon Adventure Try, the characters, the animation really emphasizes the age more. I genuinely believe that the characters are, actually older compared to season 2, where, it's a little, Also, the animation has just really grown on me, In fact, I'm probably going to get condemned to hell or to death or both for saying this, but I genuinely prefer this animation to the original series, even though the original is probably more fitting. So my camera died, and I had to wait for 2 hours for it to recharge, and so yeah. Let this be a lesson. Make sure your camera is fully charged before you record long videos. So anyway, back to Digimon Try. The voice acting. That was another thing that was a big issue for me. Like, in my first video, I said I wanted Viz Media to pick it up. And then I made a video like, what if Funimation dubbed it? And then I remade the video. It was basically just the same except with different music. Basically, I wanted it to be picked up by a studio that would treat it with, treat the material with respect, And after, like, now that I've seen the whole first season, I can honestly say it has held up. Like, the first season has held up. And in all honesty, Saban has treated it with more dignity than 4Kids did for any of their shows. And yeah, it's the voice acting and the acting in general is pretty much on par with the series. Like, all the actors reprise their characters except for a few. one example being Michael Rice, who voiced Matt. He's voiced in the Try films by Vic Mignogna, and I don't know if Vic is going to return to voice Matt in the 20th anniversary film due to recent allegations. Yeah, it's a whole he said, she said situation that I don't really want to get into. But yeah, he makes a good Matt. Michael Lindsay retired in 2012, so obviously he did not return to voice Joe. So now Joe is voiced by Robbie Daymond, who also does a great job. Doug Erholtz did not return to voice TK, even though he's still in the movies. I don't understand the reasoning behind that. Like, you have Doug Erholtz, why don't you... anyway, TK is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, and... I think he is better than Doug Erholtz. Not by a lot, but better by enough, you know? And, of course, Kari is now voiced by Tara Sands, replacing Laura Jo Miller, and Tara also makes a good Kari. The cast is fantastic. The voice acting spot on. The writing is great. Now, story. In my part 2 video, I said something about the movie being up here and the show being down here or some BS like that. I didn't know what I was talking about. So... sorry about that. I didn't know what I was talking about in that second video. I think the story structure and the way it goes into the story in Try is pretty much also on par with the series. And also it goes into much darker territory. I mean, yes, the show also went into darker territory, like characters died and there were huge stakes, dire situations. But this goes into more depressing, sad, and even demented places. Like, in the third movie, the whole digital world gets rebooted and their Digimon forget about them. That's actually kind of sad, you know? And I was not able to watch the fourth movie for a whole month because I was busy with an online class. So I was stuck with that, cliffhanger. Also, another character, Himakawa, she's the one who, like, I guess co-masterminded the whole reboot thing. It was also she could revive her dead Digimon, but of course he doesn't remember her either, so she goes insane. And also Janai's evil. And yeah, the kids go through their own arcs as well throughout the series, or the Try series. I mean, the Try movies, and it does kind of repeat, and I'm not too fond of that. Like, Ty questioning his role as leader, questioning if he's really cut out to be leader, and insert circumstance here that puts a strain on his and Matt's relationship, or their friendship. And, I mean, we've already seen these in the show, and the show did it a lot better, in my opinion. But those are the only two things from the show that repeat. All the characters go through different arcs, completely different from the show. For example, there's like a kinda sorta love triangle between Ty, Sora, and Matt, which I think is hilarious because fans probably prefer that Sora end up with Ty, but it was always in the creator's intention that she end up with Matt. So yeah. Also, Sora, this is something that didn't get explored in the show. Like, Sora spends so much time being everyone's security blanket, I guess. Okay, not security blanket, but she's basically the group mom, basically. But basically making the others... Basically, she spends so much time making the others feel good, I can't put that in a better way. Basically, she's really concerned about others, but the thing is, where's the concern for herself is basically... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it seems like I'm drifting, but I can't think of a better way to explain that arc. I imagine it'll get explored more in the last two films. So yeah. The music is also great. It doesn't have the Digimon theme. You know, Digimon, Digital Monsters Are the Champions. I think that's the name of it. Which I'm actually kind of glad they don't have it because it gets very obnoxious. Especially when you have to binge episodes, like 2 or 3 at a time. Instead, it has another song, which I call Digimon Are Back Again. It's mostly an instrumental, and it actually kind of sounds like a Gorillaz track, so, you know, plus for that. Also, it uses a Braveheart, and also uses Butterfly in a couple places. And every movie has a great ending theme. The music is just great. So, yeah, there you go. That's what I have so far. The animation is probably better than the original. The voice acting is great. The story, while it does repeat from the original series sometimes, they're also great. And music is amazing. And that's all I can say about the Tri-films, because I have not seen the last two, so I can't really give a proper final conclusion. So, you know, wait till part 4, I guess. Anyway, that's all the time I have for now. Until next time, you all just stay cool. Later.